From Norman's. Yep, we know Norman.
He's one of the kind of legends of Floridian cooking. So Norman is just very, very famous.
I think Norman to us was like, he was one of those like culinary gods when we first started cooking.
Yep.
So I've known Norman Van Aken since we were kids. We've grown up in the restaurant business together.
Norman is the man. He's one of the original Mango gang. A bunch of guys that kind of put Florida cuisine on the map way back when.
He had a huge influence in me early on, even before I met him.
You know, Norman was, and still is, one of the most well-known chefs out of Florida.
I mean, his restaurant, Norman's, in Miami in Coral Gables, was probably, I think, one of the 5 most influential restaurants in the United States for a long time.
He really takes the Florida coast and the Miami kind of palette of flavors and ingredients and influences and really brings them to his food, which I adore.
In 1991, he had a mano in South Beach, in Miami. A mano, without a doubt, was the most iconic Latin restaurant in America, with permission of Douglas Rodriguez.
His food is just unreal. It's technically brilliant, but utilizes very humble ingredients at times, and he just kicks ass with his food.
And the fun part is that here you have this guy, which his name is Norman Van Aken, a very Latino precisely, but that he was playing with Latin flavors, Latin ingredients, like nobody.
He's an amazing chef, a great teacher. You know, he has a cooking school, and he's just an academic chef professor.
But one thing I think people don't really know about him is he's sweet like honey. He just is kind and generous and always wants to help the people around him.
He still is one of the best.
I would describe him the way that Charlie would describe him, a brother and a prince.
Yeah, for a gringo, he speaks awesome Spanish. I mean, he's been in Florida his whole life.
And Norman Van Aken single-handed was the one that really helped me think about the meaning of Latin, the universe of Latin food. That was Norman Van Aken, the most Latin of all the American chefs.
Tonight, Norman's not going to have any choice but to speak Spanish. So, a mejor le suelta la lengua, you know? He's going to have to speak a little bit because it's going to be a night to remember. So, get with it, Norman. We're counting on you.